So this is our attempt at our RK37 50-hour service. We are complete newbies and rookies at this. We made so many mistakes. The video is long and it's not in sequence, so bear with the video. Take out of it what you can, but it is kind of our attempt to do a 50-hour service. We didn't make a video of the transmission part because our camera person went out and got lunch for us. So we end up doing that and made other mistakes as well. We'll probably post pictures of that. But we end up getting it all done. We got the transmission done, we got the engine oil done, and we got the axle oil done. And the filters changed. So that's a win in my book.
I couldn't even put this. What's that? That's where you put the oil. Are you sure? Yes, there's oil. Yeah, but that's where you put your oil in. Lefty loosey, right?
Should be. I've never seen one that tight before. I could put a wrench on it, but I'm afraid to just break the head of it off.
Yeah. Yeah, I got it.
You can say this to put the oil in.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right. Oil fill area. Dipstick is right there. This is on the right side of the tractor. And then you have your oil filter
Here.
right here.
Yeah.
So we're about to drain the oil, which is underneath. It's advised to open the oil cap where you fill.
Yeah, that's that one.
To let
The air pressure.
the air pressure alleviate so that it drains faster. So let's do that.
You have the pen down there?
Yeah. You might have to get down here and
Yeah, I think I have to come
I've
out.
already loosened the screw. And there she flows.
Progress.
All right, so we need to make sure that we put the plugs somewhere that you know you're not going to lose them.
Where are you doing that then?
It's a good question. I'm putting it on this 4x4, 2x2, or
4x4.
4x4. And I always chock the wheels behind the tractor just in case something moves, and I've got it chocked so that it doesn't roll onto me, because I like to stay alive.
Me too.
James is bringing me a mat.
So now we just wait?
Wait till it drains. It shouldn't take too long.
Okay, I'm gonna pause.
No, it's
Yeah.
probably on the
Right, so it pretty much drained. And disclaimer that we are complete newbies on this, so if we screw something up, then
I was wondering what I was going to do with that set of sockets I bought. Now I know what to do with them.
all right, so we'll be here all day if we let it drain completely, so we'll go ahead and put the plug back in, hopefully not to cross thread it. Right. Okay, that looks pretty good. Cotton gloves are probably not the best thing to use, but and everything is marked yellow, so that's good. Oh, that was my elbow. And it did have some Teflon tape already on the plug, which helps to make a better seal.
It had Teflon tape on that plug?
Yeah. Now, I'm not a super weak guy, but I think that's pretty tight. I guess we'll see. Let's use that rag. We'll wipe it off, and then when we fill it up, we'll see if there's any leaks. So the next step is to, I do believe, is to take the oil filter off. So let's do that.
Where is that?
It is just above your head. You can press pause.
Let's see. You can edit it out.
It's over here. You can come out.
Oh. It's like really over. Right there. Right here?
Yes. That is the oil filter. Alright. So let's do that now. There's my oil filter wrench. I'll take the oil filter off there, right?
Yep.
We didn't have an oil filter wrench, so we went to O'Reilly's to buy one. So I'm assuming it'll be lefty loosey, righty tighty. Now I have never used one of these before in my life, so
Turn it over.
there you go.
Yeah.
There we go.
Is it nice and tight?
It's the right way.
I don't think I'm going to tighten up.
Yeah, it doesn't look tight enough. Looks a little like it's all slack in that.
Leverage here. I've got a feeling that the rubber one
That's not the right one to get?
is not going to work.
It ain't gonna work.
No, it's just slipping.
Hold on.
Unless I'm doing something. No, it's just slipping.
Yeah, and it's slack. It loosens the slack every time. No?
No.
This won't slip. I think you have too far open now.
So if you don't
It's
have
turning.
one of those, you can use, what are these called, James?
It's a massive wrench.
Channel locks. If you've got big enough channel locks, then
I'll leave that pair here.
Sounds
the
good.
channel locks will
But you don't
work.
put it back on with it. Put it back on.
No,
with your hand.
you hand tighten it, right?
Yeah.
I think that's loose enough that I can do
You'll
with
be
my
able to do it
hands.
under now.
There's some of the oil coming out now.
Should be some coming out. It's still in the filter. Take the filter and set it upside down on that screen down there and let it drain out.
Yeah.
Ooh,
All right, down.
there you go. Looks pretty dark.
Yeah. Just set it on the screen.
Good deal. Oops.
Yeah, just wipe that flat part place off all the way around.
Still coming out.
That's still, don't worry about that.
Yeah, that's just, you're not gonna, it's not gonna be bone dry. You're gonna have
You need to
oil.
put oil on the filter when you put it back on anyhow.
Yeah.
To prime it.
Yeah.
All right.
You prime it and then you coat the filter.
You did bring the filters, didn't you?
They're in the back of the truck. I didn't take anything out of the vehicle yesterday. Which filter did we get?
Filter comp. So that one is too small.
No.
No,
This is the
I
right
think
one.
I would say it's that
The
one.
right one.
It's the black
Yep.
one.
Yeah. I'm sure this is the right one.
It's roughly the same size as the one we just removed.
Yeah.
Okay. So we've got two filters. One would be for the transmission, and one is for the oil.
Yeah.
If you go to Rural King, you've got to ask the tractor guy to get them because they are not on the shelf. For some reason, they are not on the shelf. Nothing is labeled in Tractor Supply very well, and you have to really dig deep to find what you want and ask. Otherwise, you won't find it. Well, we found that anyway.
Yeah.
Especially when we don't know what we're looking for. All right.
You put oil in it?
Apply a thin film of oil to the surface of gasket before screwing on. Thread filter on by hand after gasket is base. So that's pretty same one.
Mm-hmm.
And we did find that it said that you should prime it. So
Right.
let's prime it by putting oil into it first.
No, let's go down. No, it's a little more in it.
We have the assist today by James Gagel.
Okay. Yeah.
I don't know why we
Then
put-
after you get it on there, that should be enough there.
Yeah.
Just don't wipe it off that rubber.
Yeah, I'm gonna put it back on there.
Show us what you're doing.
So we filled it up with oil because it said to prime it. I'm just wiping some of the excess off. Probably don't need to do that, but
No.
and then we've already
It'll run off though.
yeah. I'm just primed the
Yeah,
rubber with some oil, and then we're gonna put it back on.
Yeah, put it on fast.
Where it
Fast
came
keeps
off.
spinning it.
Yeah.
All right. This is gonna be one of the tricky parts.
Spin, spin, spin. Any advice, James?
What's going on?
No, he's got it. There ain't no oil on the outside of the filter, is it? No.
No.
Okay. Hand tighten it. But don't really tighten it too tight, because it'll buckle that rubber gasket in there if you tighten it too tight. And then you start leaking oil. If you do it hand tight, you'll be fine.
All right.
That's
You-
as tight as I can do it. Without. Oh no, put some more in there.
That's tight enough.
yeah.
All right. The company that makes those oil filters is TYM. So I don't know if you can find it online. You might be able to. And that oil filter was,
It was dirty.
yeah. And that was $7.99, $7.99. TYM. You can take a picture of the part number, and you get the yellow jacket.
Oh, God, I hate those things.
All right.
What next?
Next is that we fill it up with oil.
Okay, only put about half that oil in there. Only about half of it, in case they kind of have an overdue.
So we bought, was it a 2-gallon container?
Yeah, 2 or 2.5.
And
And-
it shouldn't take all of it, but
I don't think
almost
so.
And
all.
it's an HD SAE 15W4 diesel engine oil, which is good because we had picked up the wrong engine oil
As long as it's got
When we-
diesel engine oil,
yeah.
you're pretty
And
well
the-
safe.
when we first picked up the engine oil. We just got ordinary engine oil,
Oh no, can't do that
but
on
then the
these.
guy showed us which one we needed to.
And the 15W40, he said there was some
You can
potential-
also get 10W40.
10, yeah. It
10.
recommends 10W40, but the guy says 15W40 would be fine.
All
as well.
right.
And that's
Great.
because they didn't have any 10W40 in diesel.
Or you can also use 30 weight diesel.
What's the viscosity? How quickly is it going in? Is it
Well, it's
filling up
just-
the funnel and then slowly pouring in?
Yeah, I mean, it just because it's
It goes slow.
a tight funnel.
Mm-hmm.
It's got a small thing at the bottom of that little funnel. I got that because I didn't know.
48, and this is my first oil change.
Yeah.
Yeah. And it's on a tractor.
Hey, good place to find out.
Now, I would suggest to Rural King in their website is that if they posted videos of their own technicians doing it, so that the average person can do it.
Well, that's okay if you do it for each tractor, because each tractor's different.
Yeah. But I understand that they want to make money of the service.
Yeah.
But the service costs around about $390 to get service. But if we didn't have a way to get it there, it was going to cost $400 to get it there.
To tow.
So
More than about 500 over and back.
yeah. So
I'd go
still
ahead.
have about.
Don't put no more in it yet. Let that
We'll
settle
let that
down
settle
to the
down.
bottom.
So for the average person to be able to do this, that maybe more videos out there. The videos that we've seen have been very, very helpful. But if Rural King did do like a step-by-step tutorial.
Here's your dipstick.
You call me a dipstick?
Mm-hmm. Many times.
No, I've lost the
I
whole
think I thought it was my middle name.
right there. Oh, that looks like it's full.
Let it set for just a second before you pull it back out.
Yeah. I should imagine, do we have to start it and let it run around?
Only after you get it full. Then start it.
Oh shit.
Yeah, you're dripping.
Let's try this again. Maybe,
It looks full, doesn't it?
oh, that was
It looks too full.
too full.
Yeah.
I told you, they only do about half that container.
Wow.
What's going to happen to you? Well, now you're going to have to drain part of it out, I
Take
think.
some of it out. All right, so there's our first rookie mistake that we have
It should have took only about 4 to 5 quarts.
overfilled it, and I can see that it's overfilled because right up to that dipstick.
Yeah, it's right
Yeah.
up to the.
All right, so
Now you're going
we're gonna have to drain
out.
some.
Yeah.
That's part of the
So
lesson.
part of the lesson. So don't overfill the oil.
And I'm feeling this. It was, you did put about half of it in.
Is it?
Yeah, it feels like
That's
it's about
a
half full.
3-cylinder engine, see? So it may only hold about 4 quarts.
Okay.
About half of it at the most. Or
Alright.
before you drain it out, let it set for a moment
Oh, and then,
and then
maybe
check it
test it again.
again.
Yeah.
before you go start draining it.
Would starting it push it around more than then take it?
Yeah, that'll lower it some. But
Lower
I wouldn't
some?
start it for just for a few seconds. Don't let it run very long.
Yeah. And I would put the
Let's give it.
plug back in right before I would start anything.
Yeah,
Yeah, I don't want anything going into there.
but I would still give it a minute too.
Don't tighten it though. Just
Yeah, no.
put it down in there.
Alright, it's probably still way too full.
Yeah, but I just want to fill up the filter the rest of the way, and then it ain't send the lines. Yes. I just got it off. Enough time, should have filled it in. Now I need to recheck it again.
Check it again.
Dipstick's down here.
Dipstick's down here. Probably should have the dipstick in to begin with. It's definitely went down. Still too much.
Where's it supposed to be?
It's supposed to be this mark right here.
Oh man, and it's like way over.
No,
Right?
very much over.
Oh, I think
Try it again.
it's all the way to.
Looks like it's about a 1/4 inch over.
No, it's right up here.
Yeah,
It's right
it goes
there.
all the way up there.
Oh
Yeah.
my gosh.
So we're gonna have to drain it. All right. So that guy, I said leave that out. All right, back to step one of draining it, just for. Well,
Money down the drain pan.
now the challenge is that since it's full, it's going to come out fast, and to get the plug back in is going to be tough.
Yeah.
I'll tell you what, put that plastic plug back in there. That should slow it down from running out.
Yeah.
And put the dipstick back in too. That
So
way it
you've
won't be
closed
getting
up all
air,
the-
and it'll slow
yeah.
it down, the coming out.
Yeah. Agreed.
Alright, so
Dipstick.
we learn to make sure that you don't
Overfill.
overfill it.
That's why I usually buy mine.
Now what happens if you do overfill it? What, I mean, what's...
Oh, it's bad. It could mess the motor up.
Okay.
Because there'd be too much compression in the bottom of the pan and stuff, and it could damage the bottom of the motor.
Okay. So, alright. Rookie mistake. Newbie mistake.
Well, made by a newbie. I guess you can't really
Well,
complain.
bad mistake is not having enough in there driving it.
Yeah. The question is,
How much?
how much?
I say give it a 5 count and then close it. This is about twice as much as you need, right?
1, 2,
All right,
3,
close it.
4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10.
I don't think that'll lower it enough either.
You
I
know?
think you're gonna have to drain out about a quart.
You want to check the dipstick?
Yeah.
I'm not going to tighten that all the way. Well, that went in easier than I thought, which was good.
Clean it and then do it again.
I think starting it might be a good thing to do again.
Also, when you check your oil levels, don't check them with a paper towel.
Still way.
Still way high?
Yeah. It's,
Yeah, let's see it.
I think that was enough oil in that container there to do 2 oil changes.
Yeah.
all right, well, let's.
Well, heck, I mean, we still have half a container, so technically, I guess that's 4 oil changes in one tub, 1 2-gallon.
No, it should be 2, maybe a little bit more.
Maybe this is why Rural King doesn't put out the videos so idiots like us don't screw it up.
Well, the idiot was the one that told you you need that much oil. Wait till you get this hydraulic over here. I'm gonna think you're gonna be the same way over there, way over.
That doesn't come out very fast then.
No, because you got the plugs in the top.
Comes in.
That's slowing it down. If you want it to come faster, we can undo a plug. Oh, wind, wind.
Pull the pan over this way a little bit. There you go.
James, can you open that plug up and see if it runs a bit faster? Because I mean it was like way over full.
Yeah.
Now this one up here.
Oh, wrong one.
That comes out any faster.
Coming faster now?
A little bit. I'm gonna go close it up here and then measure again.
No, you don't need to do it still. You're gonna drain a lot more out.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, you could always test
We
it.
can always come back. Alright, let's check the dipstick now. The dipstick has to check the dipstick.
Still way high.
I'm gonna start it up again.
You got it closed?
Yeah. Could be brake fluid.
It's above.
Yeah, go ahead and get the book there for that one. Now let's turn it off and check it again.
Oh, it's
What?
leaking something down there. Oh yeah, it's leaking from the filter.
Oh, it sure is. We had a big old thing. Everybody was looking at the engine. We weren't looking at what's on the ground.
It's good to know that we saw that.
Yeah.
I mean, I hand tightened that sucker.
Yeah, you did. I thought you put it on pretty darn tight. Any advice for us, James, on that one?
No, I don't think so. You put the brace wrench on there, you could twist that gasket under there, buckle the gasket.
That looks better. It looks like it right where it needs to be, doesn't it?
It's pretty a lot closer.
Looks like about a 1/4 inch over, wasn't it?
It's so hard to tell.
You're gonna have to let it set for a few minutes to let that bring down out of that tube.
Yeah.
Well, you're dragging the oil up, so when you get a different reading when you put it back down in there.
What do we do about the oil on the ground?
Not much you can do about it right now.
No, I wouldn't worry about it. I just can't believe that.
That it came out of the filter?
Yep.
Let's give it a go with this.
The
Other way.
Yeah, this is not a good purchase on this one.
No, it's not even moving. Like at all.
I think it's tight as it should be.
Yeah.
I think you do any more, you're gonna buckle
Yeah.
that
The,
gasket under there.
just leave it, I think. When we start it
Mm,
again,
it
we'll
was-
keep an eye. We'll see if it leaks again. Okay?
Can I go ahead and start it again?
Just let it wait. Give it a minute. And then check your dipstick again. Right? I know you're not very patient.
It's not patient, but I don't know what waiting a minute's going to do.
Let's things settle.
You're dragging the oil up out of the tube with the dipstick.
Yeah.
So when you every time you put it back down in there, you're getting more reading.
I mean, it's still coming back.
Like way over.
How much?
Like, it's all the way up the stick still.
Yeah, it's all the way up at the top.
It's all the way up here.
Shouldn't be nowhere up there.
I'd just say give it a little time. Let the tube settle down.
I mean, when you go into an oil place, they don't say, "Oh, we'll have to let it sit for 30 minutes before you can do it."
Well, I'm not saying 30.
Well, the thing is, they turned around and told you the wrong amount of oil to put in the motor to start with.
How much did they say you can put in? I can't even remember what they said to put
He
in.
said almost all of it.
Yeah, he was wrong.
Maybe we didn't let it drain enough. We shouldn't take that long to drain it.
Should drain fast since you had the both the plug up here and the
I'm
dipstick
gonna
down.
start it to see if that thing's leaking. Fingers and toes out the way.
What?
It's coming out where the port is. Where that is. That's where it's coming from.
Oh,
What an idiot.
Yeah, you didn't have your dipstick in.
Oh, dipstick. What a
What?
dipstick.
You gonna try it again?
Without
But it shows you how full it is, though, if it's coming out of that area.
Probably tell you it's still too full.
Yeah.
It's not coming out of the filter.
No, your filter's good. It's not coming out of the dipstick anymore either.
Oh, it's still coming out somewhere.
Is it?
You see it's dripping.
Okay. There was a little oil in around the outside of that oil thing, so it's good to be dripping out of that.
Yeah.
Not out of the filter itself. Then when you screwed it on, oil came out to the front of it.
Yeah.
So when you turn around, you get it up tight. It's gonna, what's in that outside ring is gonna be dripping down.
Small drips or a lot? Small drips or a lot?
Small drips.
All right.
I think it's because it's whatever's on them.
Ring.
Somebody's
Frame.
calling
Yeah.
me.
Tell them you're making a YouTube video. You're too busy. Oh, drain it some more. You gonna put the dipstick back in while you drain it? Yeah, it's still right up to the top.
That's insane that it's that much still in there. Alright. I think we're gonna have to edit a lot.
Oh, that's fine. You'll do voiceover stuff as well.
It's just Kenny calling, gonna check on me.
How's he doing?
I call him back, but his message is too full.
Mm. Do you want to undo the cap at the top to let more of it out?
Yeah.
I don't think you want to do a little trickle right now.
Should be coming out a lot faster now.
No,
No? Try the dipstick as well.
it's barely coming out.
I mean, that doesn't look like there's a whole lot in there.
It doesn't.
This is weird. Oops, sorry.
We draining the right thing at the right place?
Yes.
James, you want to put the cap back on?
I think we have enough in there.
Drained down enough yet.
I
I
don't
think we have
either.
enough in there because that's not coming out like it did
When we were changing it?
when we first changed it. My head. I think we're gonna be off. I think that's good.
Well, let's see. Still shows it being really high.
I think that's right. I'm gonna put that in and start it up again. That's not coming out like it's it's full.
Yeah. Actually, it's coming out like it's almost 50.
Yeah. Is it going to drain into the pan?
We'll see how it goes. Give it a go with this one.
Can you maybe do a funnel at the end to funnel it into the pan?
It comes straight out the front.
I don't have a good angle.
This is going to be super awkward. There we go.
Oh, it's on the ground.
Yeah.
I don't think the girl's going to help it. That's better.
You get a cord or two over it, causes problems. We'll look in the book and see what the book says to put in there, how much.
Yeah. You got a bucket over there?
Yeah, I got it.
Got the ready? So this is, I think, a better angle.
I'm going to get oil on the ground no matter what.
A little bit. Do you need help?
Hmm?
Do you need extra pair of hands? Not too much that time.
Just a tiny bit. Just a tiny bit.
Draining? Currently draining.
Left plug, right plug.
You got them in the order that.
So some improvements that we would definitely do next time. Number one is definitely get a engine oil filter and transmission filter wrench to be the right size and the right one that gives you enough tension and ability to take off the filters. The one that we used was just not adequate, and we ended up using channel locks. But they worked and it got it done. And the next thing I would recommend is making sure you have the correct socket set to take out the transmission fluid plug. I think it's hexagonal. I'm not 100% sure if that's the correct terminology for it, but it's different than the engine oil and the axle plugs. They are square, but you need a socket wrench for the ones that are for the transmission. Otherwise, you end up trying to round them out with the wrench that I was using. So I definitely recommend making sure that you've got the correct tools for that part. Also, 3-gallon buckets would be helpful to get underneath the axle to capture the oil, and also for the transmission fluid. I didn't have a 3-gallon. I had an oil pan, but that oil pan filled up for the transmission, and then I had to empty it to put into a 5-gallon bucket and get that pan back underneath the transmission. And we got a lot of oil on the ground doing that. So having a bucket that's big enough, and maybe 2 or 3 of them, to capture the transmission fluid would be more beneficial, to not make as much mess as I did. As I say, we are totally newbies. This is my first engine oil on anything, so it's on a tractor. So, but we got it done. We got the filters changed, we got the transmission fluid changed, we got the engine oil changed, and we got the axle oil changed. We got the correct amounts in, we do believe. One thing that we would recommend is, if you go to Rural King, is to check with a tractor guy to make sure that you're getting the right parts. We went to Rural King, and none of the parts were on the shelves for the filters. The oil that they had, which was recommended, was 10W40 for the transmission. We ended up getting 15W40, which works just as well, the gentleman says, but they didn't have that in stock for the 10W40. So overall, not bad. Many improvements to be done. Apologize for the lengthy and mistake-ridden changing of the fluids on an RK37, but I think for complete newbies and minimal mechanical expertise, and expertise is probably not the right word, we end up getting it done. So please don't be brutal on your comments. A lot of mistakes, a lot of misterminology, a lot of miswording, but it is what it is, and we end up getting it done. And if you're not able to take it to Rural King to get it done, then this is something that you might want to be able to try and do yourself. And I say, we are newbies and we did it, and not perfectly, but we did it. So we saved a bit of money, and it was a learning process, and quite honestly, it was fun. So I appreciate you watching the video, and hopefully that you can learn from something, learn from the mistakes, and make improvements if you have an RK37. You guys have a nice day.